Hi, I'm Brina.
And I'm Dee Dee.
And we're Mighty Moms to Owen and Tad, who are both on the autism spectrum.
We're going to share real, honest content and experiences
about what it's like to be a mom of a kiddo on the autism spectrum.
Between the two of us, there is nothing we haven't experienced.
We don't hold back, and neither should you.
Here we go.
Welcome to Mighty Moms Podcast, episode...
Well, it's Q&A episode number 4.
Q&A episode number 4.
Yeah. It might be 5. I don't know.
No, I think it's 4. I think you're right.
I think so, too.
Last Monday was the 3rd one, so that would make this one the
4th
4th
one. Okay.
Okay, we're good.
And we're going to try to go live every Monday at 11 a.m. I know we're a little behind. We had met with a new client for our Mighty Moms Productions, and that's exciting to have someone come on that's going to be just talking about over 40 lifestyle. She's a travel agent and
an event planner.
And a huge event planner. Does a lot of events for the big casino here. And so we don't want to give it away, but it's going to be really cool.
And if you're out there and you're local to us and you would like to start a podcast, hit us up.
Yeah.
Because we are podcast gurus right now.
We feel like we are, right?
Dee Dee has learned so much about podcast production. I kind of just show up and, I just show up.
Hey, thank you for the hearts on TikTok. Give us all the hearts and share our live, and that will help us out.
Oh, they're from last week.
No,
or did you just now put them there? I was like, sweet. Thank you. Nice.
I stuffed them in our chairs, mints. So, you know.
So we're doing a live Q&A every Monday, and it is going to be topics related to autism, because that's primarily what our podcast is about. So if you have anything that you've experienced,
if you have any questions,
and I was even thinking about probably a lot of autism parents experienced over the holidays. Just going
Thanksgiving
somewhere with
was
your
just
kid.
Last week. So
did y'all go anywhere?
We went to Mike's parents' house, and my family goes there too. So that's pretty cool.
And they're great with Tad.
Yeah,
everybody.
He'll come make his appearance in the kitchen and living room, but then he goes...
makes his appearance.
It seems like anywhere we're at, Tad is going to find a king-size bed, and he's going to lounge on it. That's his safe space.
Me too, man.
So he finds, he went to Nana's bedroom and kind of just stayed put. But every once in a while, he'll come back out. But, of course, one of us is always with him. But my mom and dad... helped out a lot. They stayed back there with him, and that was their joy.
Oh,
they loved that. So that was very, very nice. So
that's good. Ours is typically we go to my mom and dad's for Thanksgiving, but it's with my mom's side of the family.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like her siblings and all their kids.
Like a lot of people.
Yeah. So there's usually 40 or 50, something like that, if everybody's there. And they do it at my parents' church at their family life center.
Nice.
So it is nice because
it's the same place too, so Owen's familiar with it.
And this is probably our
I want you
4th or 5th time.
I want you to tell the story about Owen. Was that at Thanksgiving when was it him? But did he poop?
The
poop story at
that's bad. I don't know how I want to tell that.
You told the story already on a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. Will you turn that a little bit this way? Because I can't lean this way.
Yeah.
Anyway, you don't have to tell it, but I think it's so relatable to so many people.
It's okay. I'll tell it. Because honestly, the only people who are hanging in there and listening right now are other autism parents.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So if you get grossed out easily, see ya, because this is gross. And this was only 2 or 3 years ago. So I had Owen at my family Christmas or whatever. And so, the setup is, it's like a big metal building, totally finished out on the inside. It's very beautiful. where everyone sits to eat, there's like several round tables in the big like commons dining area.
Yeah.
And then there's a wall of windows so that you can see out to the gym.
Oh, okay.
Where the kids will play or whatever. But then I think they're not there anymore, but there used to be a couple of ping pong tables in there in the dining area.
Yeah.
And Owen was in a new place, and he had been going through potty training, and he knew that, you know, the poop didn't need to be in his pants. And this was totally my fault because he didn't know where the bathroom was.
See, we talked about that on the last, you know, nonverbal. It's hard for them to communicate. Hey, you're in the car or you're in a new place.
And I felt so bad about that for so long.
But now you know, you're aware. Okay, he needs to know where his bathroom is at this location.
And we're not perfect, but like I was like, I'm his mom. I know that he needs this, and I should have asked him, do you need to go potty? Do you need to go potty? And I didn't. And I got carried away, and I was talking to people.
Yeah, it's a whole different atmosphere.
Yeah, and someone said, I can't remember who it was, but they said, hey, Brina, and they just kind of pointed, and I turned around and looked, and Owen, and I had just looked at him thinking, he's being so good. He was just kind of like hanging around at the ping pong table. No one was playing. He was just kind of hanging around, and he would like lay his head on it, and I just thought he was resting and enjoying himself. No, he was concentrating on a big poopy and getting it out. And that's what he was doing, and I didn't know. But as soon as it came out,
he was being so good.
As soon as and everybody had just sat down with their food, of course. But when it came out, you know, we had been potty trained him, so he was like, "This is not supposed to be here." But I don't know where I'm thinking
where's
what's
it
going
go?
through his mind. I don't know where the bathroom is. I know this is not where I typically do this, but
I gotta
get this out. So he gets the poop out of his diaper. This is so gross. Like if you're not a parent of a kiddo on the autism spectrum, you just don't get it. Just keep scrolling.
But this is reality.
He scooped it out and like plopped it up on the ping pong table. Like, so there's
Guys,
like people are
go.
eating like 6 feet away, and he's plopped his out on the ping pong table. Mortified. Like I could see
You saw it? Oh, you saw it happen?
My dad saw it. So, and my dad's kind of like my helper. Anytime our family gets together, it's like he always comes to find Owen and wants to say, hey, Owen. O loves his papa.
Yeah.
So I saw it and I was like, Dad, I need your help. And he's like, what? And I remember running to the kitchen because that was the closest place to go get a roll of paper towels.
Yeah.
And my brother, who's like 6'2" and he weighs like 250 pounds,
Yeah.
he's solid, just like standing there. And I'm trying to get around him, and I'm like, Kobe, move. And he's like, chill out. Like, because he's very like calm, and he's like
Mike moves like a sloth.
Like a sloth. He just
Nothing's
kind of
like
moved
emergency.
over like I'm too cool to be, bothered by this. And I said, just trust me, I need just move. Like, and I ran over to try to put, instantly put paper towel. But then at the same time, I'm thinking, I've got a kid here who's got
it on his hands.
poop on his hands. And so, I mean, me and my dad stepped in, and it was like
race car drivers changing a tire.
Yes.
Literally.
That's like what it was. It was just like we were on it. I was gonna clean the poop.
No one probably ever noticed, did they?
No. So say there were 50 people there, like maybe 5 saw it.
Yeah.
The other ones just heard the story.
Yeah.
But no, it didn't, so, oh my gosh, but wild. But I just remember getting to the bathroom, and my dad had Owen, and it couldn't have been a better setup because their church has a bathroom in the rec area with a shower.
Oh, nice.
And so we were able to, and I had brought a change of clothes. We were able to get him in the shower. But as soon as we shut the bathroom door, I think my dad was like waiting to see how I was is she going to have a nervous breakdown or is she going to start dying laughing? And I died laughing.
Hey, see, we talked about that. It's best just to turn it into humor.
My back went to the wall and I slid down the wall and I was laughing so hard because it was either that or cry.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was going to be sharing this eventually.
But it's such reality, right? For, we don't talk about it, but poop with autism, it's always
Like-
something. They either can't poop, they poop too much, they're taking their poop out of their pants, they're smearing it.
It's a big thing.
Poop is a whole nother subject, but I don't feel like anyone really talks about
No,
much.
not
but it's
really.
stressful.
Not
It's
about
stressful.
it really.
And it, like you said, you never know what's going to happen. You're at Thanksgiving dinner with 50 relatives there, and
even our thing now,
poop
Owen
happens.
is potty trained, and luckily we have a bathroom right off of our living room area. Sorry, I have this mitt in my mouth, totally not professional, but
we're not professional.
keeps me from coughing. But even when Owen goes to the bathroom now, we're like running in there to make sure it was just pee.
Yeah.
Right? Because we
you never
still have
know.
to help him wipe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, but I'm so thankful that he does go in the potty. But
Yeah, that's
still.
a huge blessing. That he knows where to go if it's there. It's almost like, do you need to teach? Well, not always. There's not always signs for restrooms. Like if you're in a place like that,
Right.
there's probably not a restroom sign or a home.
But he didn't know where it was on that trip, and so we just
I feel
cleaned
like
it up as
Tad,
fast
he
as we
migrates
could.
to king size beds and bathrooms because bathrooms have the best acoustics, and he can really
And he loves that.
hear his music.
his music.
And so he'll find the smallest little bathroom. So he'll know where the restroom is. So that's pretty good that he's looking for the acoustics.
Yeah.
And it'll show him where the restroom's at. I'm going to see if we have any questions on Facebook. On YouTube. It's a Q&A session, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. We also have a list of questions from last week we didn't get to finish. So we may... we're going to just probably go ahead and start on that if you want to.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm going to try to watch my watch too. So this is from Kalina. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name right. How does ABA help with things such as stimming, vocalizations, and other behaviors? Please provide some examples of what it is done to change the behavior or how ABA works. I've been against the idea of ABA therapy, but it has been recommended by my son's teacher and family members. My son is 7 years old with autism. I think Brina can answer this. Well, I can too. I mean,
Tad had ABA.
It's-
if you want to
it basically ABA is trying to encourage and redirect negative behavior to a positive behavior.
And I will say this: stimming is necessary.
Yeah.
So, and that's something that I had to come to terms with, because if it makes people uncomfortable that your child flaps, then they need to
Or
work on
claps.
themselves. And what's crazy is that Owen's stimming is to help you self-regulate.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody does some sort of stimming. Like I can stim by moving my foot. Like I've got my legs
Yeah.
crossed right now. You can't see it, but like
I'm rubbing my toes together
if
like a cricket
I'm-
right
and
now.
honestly, the
You just-
fact that like I cannot have a cough drop or mint in my mouth without biting it
Yeah.
is like a form of stimming, because like it's a sensory, you're searching for some sort of sensory release or relief or connection. And so our kids have huge sensory issues. So when Owen's flapping his hands, we used to try to get him to stop all
Yeah.
the time when he was a toddler. And now we just flap with him,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that makes him feel good. So I don't know that like,
Yeah, in
ABA,
ABA, I don't ever unless it's a self-injurious type of
Sure.
stimming. Would you want to
so Owen used to
redirect
do
the
a
stimming?
stimming where he would hit himself
Yeah.
like this, and he was needing that. Since sometimes he was mad when he would do it, but sometimes he just did it, and
Mm-hmm.
he would have little thumbprint size bruises all down
Oh,
his
yeah.
side. And so
So do they redirect that
They
because they
would
consider
redirect
that
it.
as a hit?
yeah, but I think it's redirected because that was more of a behavior. I think if they're truly just stimming for sensory reasons, that they should just be able to stim. I mean, because that's what helps them regulate their sensory issues. What
And
else
same
was
with
she wanting?
same with vocalizations. That's a stimming too. Like
Mm-hmm.
Tad is constantly, he's non-speaking, but he's constantly vocalizing.
And very rarely have I ever asked Owen to be quiet or whatever, because he does make a lot of vocalizations, because I don't want to discourage
Yes.
that. Now, Owen's mostly quiet now, but when he was a toddler, he used to make all kinds of noises, and we just kind of learned to embrace it and go with it.
Yeah.
Like he used to, like, I don't know, like it was just this, you know,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
that, or,
Tad does he'll every once in a while, if he gets really amped up with the song, we call it he'll be like, yo 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 yo. And I love it. It's
so
so
much.
cute.
I love
I'm like,
it.
whoa. Or he'll say wee wee, wee wee.
I
And that's
love
when we're
that.
like, oh, he's speaking French today.
Yeah,
He
we've
is-
said that before too
wee
with
wee.
Owen.
I think that's great the more that they do vocalize, because
It
you want
is.
that can produce into some words, and you don't want.
So that's probably not
So mainly
directly answering the question, but ABA,
it's for behaviors that are negative,
Yeah,
and we should
unwanted
not see
behaviors.
stimming or vocalizations as a negative behavior unless they're hurting themselves.
and I think that there are probably ABA facilities and people who provide ABA therapy that do see those as a negative and do try to redirect. But I think that's where it's very important when you sit down with your BCBA to go over the things that seem harmful to you, those things being addressed, not necessarily say, like, I'm fine, voice that. Like, I'm fine with, you know, I'm fine with my child flapping their hands if they
Yeah.
need to stem or whatever. I mean, we have a t-shirt on our,
Just let me stem, bro.
yeah, we have a t-shirt on our
Yeah.
shop, our merch website that says, just let me
Yeah.
stem, bro. And that's so true. And I haven't always felt like that about it. I always tried to put his hands down. I'm
Yeah.
like, why is it, you know, and thinking in my head, why is he doing that when he was a
And
toddler?
maybe she's
But-
thinking, like, if they're in a situation like a church or something that they need to be quiet or
Be still
be
for.
still for. And in my case, we just would not do that. Go put them
Same.
in that predicament,
Same.
you know? That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, so same. If I were,
I'm not going to take Tad to some conference.
yeah,
He won't want to be there
no,
anyway.
but people do that.
Yeah.
Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Like don't, and I hate that because I don't want to tell you, hey, you can't be a part of something, but like,
Why
if-
put them through it?
Why do
but
that
also,
if
I
you're-
do
yeah.
understand you might need to be there and you don't have
childcare?
childcare. I can see both sides, but
Yeah.
in my personal life and experience, I just wouldn't put Tad in that predicament at all,
I wouldn't either.
just to save the stress on everybody.
And so, like, for us, an example of that would be like on Sundays, if we go to church, Owen will usually sit through the music. And I think that's one, because he likes music.
yeah,
But two, because like the little stimming things that he does isn't noticeable because the music is louder than
yeah,
his stimming. But usually, as soon as the preaching starts, we take him out into the foyer.
Yeah.
Because he is going to make some sort of, and even though the pastor has been like, he's not a bother to us,
Yeah.
we still don't want him to interrupt
anybody's time of
the
worship.
service.
Yeah.
So we do take him out during that. But as far as ABA goes, I want to make sure I answer the question. But like,
I guess tell them why you would recommend ABA for, like, she's on the fence of ABA. I would just,
so ABA's come a long way since its beginning.
yes.
It used to be very strict, and yes, they would get the results that they want, but at the cost of the child's happiness, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's really important that you find a child-led, play-based ABA facility, in my opinion, so that it's
More play therapy than
it's
it is
play
like
therapy,
structured.
and it's like it's their idea,
Yeah.
right? And then it's almost like we're putting them in the right environment for them to learn new ways to cope
Mm-hmm.
and to learn new ways to behave. But it's like a self-discovery concept instead of
Mm-hmm. Pushing
us
that-
telling them
yeah.
exactly what they have to do. because we all know, I mean, no kid on the spectrum is the same, but I know like Tad's like this and so is Owen. It's got to be their idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
so-
Tad's a pleaser too. He wants to do right and do good. So, but I think that's why ABA for him was so rewarding, and he was rewarded for good behaviors.
Yeah. And
Not
that's
that he
what they
had
do.
not that he had bad behavior, but he couldn't sit still very long, and it was hard for him to focus. Well, it helped him sit still for a period of time to focus, to do some tasks, and then he gets that reward in the end.
Yeah.
And he to this day we do it. We use
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
mean, we all use that, right?
Yep.
To an extent. So I hope that answered your question. I highly recommend ABA in the right facility, of course.
If you're following us on TikTok, tap the screen and give us some hearts so we can
Yeah,
get all the love
we need that love.
and give us a share.
Our Facebook followers, y'all are slacking.
I mean, almost 13,000 followers on Facebook, and nobody's.
Zero. But
That's
over
Facebook
here,
algorithm for you.
it is. But TikTok, we've got a lot of people that have joined.
All right.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Amy. Hi, Fern Gully. Hey, that's a movie, right?
It
I
is,
remember watching
yeah.
it in the theater when I was in.
We're doing a live
elementary.
on TikTok and Facebook, and it's a live Q&A. We're doing it every Monday.
At 11 a.m. Central Standard Time.
So you can send us your questions in advance, or you can comment with them right here.
Yeah,
during
we've
the
had
live.
some viewers on TikTok that have, and some on Facebook that's from last time, that have messaged us with questions, and that's fine. We can cover those questions at our next.
Yeah.
We'll be looking out for that. So I'm gonna go to the next question. This
Okay.
is from Haley. This may be a weird question, but how do you handle
Sleep.
what? I can't even read my own handwriting. For example, my mom used slurs.
Oh.
I remember
example,
this
my mom
one.
what?
For example, my mom uses the term RE,
The word we can't say.
we can't
The
say or
R
will be
word
banned. The R
that we
word.
can't say.
Never directed towards my daughter, but does say it in front of her. I don't know how to address this without starting an argument. Gosh, we talk, I don't know if this stemmed from number 2 Q&A, but we talked about the R
Yeah.
word.
And we've talked about it on one of our early.
Yeah, a while back,
Podcasts.
and we got alert because we've said it on TikTok that we were going to be banned if we use it
Last
again.
time or the time before, I said it.
Yeah.
Like a ding dong.
So we're not going to say it, but that's so hard. Like, it doesn't bother me at all, and I'm not scared to be like, please don't use that word. It's just not. It's not a good word to use. It could offend a lot of people. And it might not be necessarily offensive towards you, like in Haley, but it apparently it is. I mean,
Yeah.
it is offensive. And plus, you don't want your daughter to start saying it either. And
Like the one word they say. And here's my thing. We live in everybody gets offended about stuff. But this to me is one that counts. Like, yeah, you see somebody's offended by, and that's definitely not where we're coming from. I think it bothers us. Is there a piano playing somewhere in the background?
it sounds like a drill of some sort.
Oh, like I can't.
Listen. Is that a drill? I mean, somebody is doing some construction, but it's okay. We're moving on.
I mean,
I'm sorry, didn't mean
we're
to interrupt. I
not
got tickled.
professionals, like we said. So,
Yep.
I mean, yeah. So, what was I talking about?
We were talking about the R word and being offended
Oh.
by it, and
So, the R word.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is that it's so hard because I hate hearing the word. Like, someone's always offended about something, and I'm just like, move on.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot walk through life being offended. But this is different to me because it's a matter of us protecting our kids. And for some reason, society has decided that it's funny
To use that word.
to use that word, like, and make fun of people by using that word, and not understanding that the meaning of that word is technically Owen, is technically Tad. And that's hurtful whenever they're taking that word that's was meant to, in all, like in dictionary terms, to define a disability that our sons have.
Yeah.
And now they're taking it and using it as
Slang.
and with a negative connotation.
Yeah.
And that's not okay.
Yeah.
It's not okay, because we can do better.
Yeah.
Like,
find another word.
I mean, to me, like, it just shows
say
your
ridiculous.
level.
If you're looking for an R word, just say this is ridiculous.
And if you can't think of another word, that to me is a reflection of the level of your intelligence.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't think
that
of
should have never
a better
been
word,
a slur word
no.
at all.
So
there you go, Haley.
So if you say the R word,
so the way
then
that I would approach it to a family member,
do better.
I would just be like, listen, Mom, you've been using the R word around my daughter, what I can't see her name, but multiple times, and listen, that's just very disrespectful, not only to her, I'm assuming her daughter
And here's
is probably
my thing.
autistic.
If
If
they have a problem with it, then maybe you don't need to be around. And that's hard, because we're talking about family. Like,
Yeah.
But if someone cannot respect you and your child enough to not, like,
use that word. And the grandma might not see that as a.
So in the 80s and 90s, we always said, that's so,
And she's probably in that generation.
I have literally had to tell people in my household not to say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over the last
I've
5
had
to 10
to.
years. Yeah. Like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
That is very offensive. Like, to,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I've had to too. And it was my own
unfortunately,
family,
we've just got to speak up for our kids and
Yeah.
speak up for ourselves.
You're their-
and if somebody
you're their-
doesn't like it.
Yeah. And you're their advocate for everything else. Just let it be for that word too.
And I know.
And you're
I'm
helping other moms too.
I've always been a peacekeeper at heart, and I don't like confrontation of any kind. But for some reason, when my son's involved, I totally change.
Yeah.
I don't care who I offend.
You become.
Sorry.
Yep.
I'm not sorry.
That's right. That is so true.
Yeah.
Hi, Mustang. Hey, Boo.
Hey, Bill. Somebody's hanging on with us on Facebook.
Hey, Facebook. Hey, that one follower.
Hey, Facebook person
Thank
watching.
you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Maybe comment or share so
Yeah, share
we
on
possibly
Facebook.
show up in someone else's news
We
feed.
did. We
Facebook
did
has us locked
start
down.
a little later than normal, maybe 10 minutes later, and maybe our followers were like, meh, they're not coming on today. But I promise, hang in there, because we will come. We will eventually join. Sometimes we run behind if we're with the client.
And so just so y'all know, like, when we come meet on Mondays, Dee Dee's coming from home being with Tad. Like his,
Yeah.
and she's got like X amount of time that she can be out of the house.
Well, on
And
Mondays, Mondays is my days I get all my appointments in. Anything I have to do it's Monday, because Mike works from home. And he's able to juggle Tad
On that
and
day.
work just on that day. So my days are filled up on Mondays.
And then I'm coming from work,
she's
which is
working.
only like a block over, which is perfect.
Yeah, but still,
But
you're
if we're
leaving
late-
one. You could be on the phone with
And
a
there's been times where
parent
or we were in a meeting and I could not leave until we got some issues resolved. And so if we're ever late, it's not because we slept in. God, I
Lord, no.
wish.
Any autism family will know that.
Yeah, or anything like that. We're not doing anything like,
Yeah.
we'd rather be here.
Hey, Ashley. I don't know. You're not on social media right now, but I did post something that was so amazing that happened on Saturday morning. So Tad got up at 6:30, and Mike got up with him, and I thought, I'm going to lock the doors in this bedroom, and I'm going to sleep till 7:30, at least another hour. And
Because you don't get to sleep
so I did
as much as,
that.
has he been sleeping okay?
Yeah,
Good.
well, he's been kind of
Better, but
lot better. I'm not complaining
Okay.
at all. But so Mike, he did his routine bathroom, whatever, and then let him have his tablet. And they went in the den and was hanging out. And Mike said that he got up and he walked around, and I heard him jiggle with the door handle to see if my door was locked. And then he walked back in there with Mike. And Mike said he just walked around the halls and he said, "Mama." He said it 3 times.
What?
"Mama." 3 times.
That's so awesome.
And Mike's like, dude, he said it 3 times like he meant it. Like it wasn't just
Wow.
jabber, jabber, jabber. And just,
Yeah.
every once in a while he'll like be excited and jabber and you might
Yes.
think he said something. Well,
But
this
it
was
was just-
more intentional.
Yeah.
And he's like, I really think he wanted, because every morning he comes and snuggles with me.
Oh.
But I don't get to sleep if he's snuggling, because he might launch an arm and knock you out. But so Mike's like, I think he was looking for you because he opened my office door. And he said my name. Then he walked
Aw.
around and looked in the kitchen and said my
Oh
name.
my gosh.
And so Mike's like,
But he didn't wake you up to tell you.
Well, I never went back to
Yeah.
sleep, so I heard him jiggle the door, and that's when I was like, I'm just going to get up and let him in. And Mike's like, Didi, he said. And Mike's not going to be like, sometimes he's like,
So Ronnie's the same
I'll be
way.
like,
he's
he
saying, and Ronnie's like, I didn't
yeah,
hear it.
exactly.
And I'm like,
I
how do
heard
you
it.
not hear? He was just,
Yeah.
but it's got to be in their face, blatant for them to say anything
and
about.
literally said, "Mama." Like,
That's awesome.
and I was like, oh my gosh. And
We
even
live for
though
those
I didn't
moments.
hear it, it was just like I heard it
Oh,
because,
just knowing that he said it.
yeah. And will he say it again? Who knows? God knows, but I don't.
Yeah.
But it was just a good thing. And it's crazy because I had a dream on Thursday night, Thanksgiving night, and don't have these dreams often, but when I do, it's like I see Tad. He's in my dream and he's speaking fluently. And so I spend that whole dream asking questions, but not trying to like overwhelm him
Where he
or
stops.
excite him to be
Yeah.
like. And Mike and I are like in our dream, we're like, we don't want to like freak out and be like, oh my gosh, she said,
Yeah.
we're just gonna like, play it cool. So
Yeah.
we keep on talking. And, I would ask him like, do you like onions?
Yeah,
Or things
that,
that
like,
I really want to know.
Yeah.
Like, I put onions in a lot of things, and I feel like you don't like them anymore. Do you, different things like, do I brush your teeth too hard?
Yeah.
Moms, we want to know. And he answers them in my dream. And so I never want those to
Wow.
end.
No.
And I can remember them because they're so vivid. And I probably haven't had one in 3 years.
That's awesome.
And then
I love
he said,
that.
"Mama," I'm not saying I had a premonition or anything, so don't
No,
go out
but
there.
yeah.
But I feel like the Lord like allows us to dream those things to give
give us hope.
Give us hope. Like, don't give up, Mom. He's gonna do it, and I know He's gonna do it either here in heaven. I'm gonna hear His voice, and I'm gonna be able to ask those questions. But He did it like.
Make me cry.
So it was just crazy. Like, I don't know if have you ever had dreams of Owen talking to you?
I've had. I mean, not
Like,
a lot.
it's
but
not
2
a
or
lot,
3.
but I do feel like
I've had
they come
dreams
at the
where
right
he's-
time, right?
And my brother has had dreams. I've actually had
Yeah,
people come to me.
my parents have too, and my mother-in-law that they've had, and even friends have had dreams and told me.
Same. So I've had a couple of friends over the last 5 years or so, and then family members to my brother. So they just had a dream that, Owen was we were at our normal, like, holiday, whatever, and Owen was just talking
Yeah.
like normal, like neurotypical.
Yeah,
And, I mean, we still hold out hope for that.
absolutely.
I've heard
I
so
never
many
give up.
stories of
Tad's
people-
17 years old, and this is the first time he said "Mama."
Progress can always be
So
made. I have heard
never give up.
I've heard of a boy starting to talk normal, totally normal at 22.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
you
just
know.
something that clicks, and I don't know if it comes with maturity or age. And like I said, he hasn't said it since. Actually, I have to tell you, yesterday I was cleaning the windows, and I thought I heard him say it, and he was laying in his bed. I was the windows were right here, and Tad's room's over to the left, and I said, "Did you just say mama?" And he went, "Hey." And I'm like, I think he tried to say it. He's like, "Wait a minute, I better not let her hear me."
Yeah.
You know,
Can't let her know that I know how to talk.
so I don't know if that was a fluke or not, but it was.
Owen
It
was
kind of
walking
sounded
to
like
his
it.
bedroom yesterday, so he was walking away from where we were sitting in the living room, and he was walking toward his bedroom, and there's like 3 steps that go up, and then his room is to the right. And he was putting a blanket over his head like, I'm done with this day. I'm done with y'all. And I
feel you,
swear
buddy.
he was mouthing us when he walked
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Like,
Blah, 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 blah.
it had that kind of, and I said, what did you just say? And he just looked at
Yeah.
me and went in his room. And I was like, he totally just said something and he was mouthing us.
Yeah.
Like,
And sometimes I wonder.
I'm fine with that. Just say it again.
I've heard, like, I don't know if my mom's out there, if this is the thing. I promise I've heard it from somewhere. But I feel like that sometimes they say that some of our kids on the spectrum, like, they may feel like that they are talking. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They may think that they are.
Mm-hmm.
And
or not understand why they can't think a thought and we know it.
yeah. So I don't know what that's called, and I don't know who could really answer that question, but I know Tad understands everything I say because I get looks.
Owen understands what I say
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, I'll say, go grab your backpack, and he goes and,
Yeah.
throw
Yeah.
this in the trash, and he throws it
Yeah.
in the trash, So I know that they understand so much more than what we give them credit for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that makes me also want to go into and really check out spellers. Have you seen all that? Mm-mm. It's a new thing.
Yes.
There's a video documentary on it.
You sent me that a while back.
And I bought the
Yeah.
book, and I've read the book, and I've shared the book with multiple parents. And I spoke with his physician, and he highly recommended it. He's like, I went to the conference, and the first person I thought about was Tad, because I know he's got so much to say, and I wonder if this would be an effective way for him to. It's amazing watching those kids and the things that they do end up saying in those sessions. It's not covered by insurance. It's
course not.
expensive. But my physician said before anyone does start that spellers, it's highly recommended they get their primitive reflexes balanced out, because if it's not balanced out, then it's
How do you do
difficult. It's a therapy that you can do.
Really?
And he sent me a link to do, like, I can do an online Zoom course with the therapist.
Primitive reflex
It's very
therapy.
It's very important because, for example, a lot of our autistic kids in the womb, from the womb and out, they haven't developed those primitive reflexes. So, like, we know, like, if I rub my hand up your back, oh, I'm rubbing my hand up. But if I do it to Tad, he's like,
What's going on?
no, he's like,
yeah.
And that's just one example. You can really research more. I haven't looked way far into it, but I'm really interested in it because there's different things that he had told me that he tests on Tad when he does his, and that his primitive reflexes aren't as a 17-year-old should be, that's what they'll, do different things to see how, or another thing is, like, if they fall back, do they, like, throw their hands up or whatever? I don't know how that works. Don't give me, I'm no doctor, but I just, from the little bit of information that I've read and looked at, that's important before you start those spellers. For they call it, and their thing too, it's like they're not nonverbal, they're non-speaking, and so they're trying to really get that stigma out there. They're not that. Yeah, they don't communicate with words. They're non-speaking, but I don't know. It's a big controversy too. But I like that non-speaking because I do feel like Tad, but then he is nonverbal. Like, he doesn't. I shouldn't say nonverbal because then he's not mute, because he does make lots of noise and lots of humming and different things. So I can see where they're saying non-speaking and then nonverbal or mute. I don't know.
Well,
what do
and
y'all think?
I think a lot of the issues and that we've had with some of the kids in the clinic, which I can't specifically talk about any of them, but I can say that I think the big issue in the autism community is that nonverbal has typically been for someone like Owen, who truly is nonverbal. I mean, he makes noises, but like he doesn't even
words
he
aren't
doesn't
there.
do so. But then you'll have another child who has echolalic tendencies,
Absolutely, yeah.
but they're still considered nonverbal.
Yeah, I get, yes.
And so that has been a big thing because it's like, but wait, but they're saying things, but they're non-communicative verbally. I mean,
Yeah.
there's probably so many
They're
different
more,
categories.
they're more scripted, or they're not intentional when they do speak. But I have seen a little girl that scripts and echoes or mimics, and she's completely communicative to me. Like, I can have a conversation,
Yeah.
not a big conversation, but
She might
hey,
answer you.
she fell. Oh, are you okay? I'm okay.
Okay.
Like, so
Yeah.
I've did that. It's almost like I wish Tad did have the
Oh, I
echo,
know.
because
Yeah.
it's so. It seems so much easier to go
Yeah.
into that.
Well, what we've found in ABA is that some of the kids who are echolalic, which this might be getting away from your original question, but some of the kids who do mimic what you're saying and repeat back what you're saying are just saying either what they've just heard. So like instead of saying the answer, so if we're asking a child who has echolalic tendencies, are you hungry? We might say, are you hungry? Yes or no.
Yes.
Because we originally would say, are you hungry? And they would go hungry
Yes.
because they just heard you say hungry, but they might not be hungry.
Yeah.
So they know how to mimic and say what you're saying, but they don't necessarily have the cognitive ability to understand a back and forth conversation. And so that's where it gets confusing,
But
especially
they'll
people.
say, but when you do ask them, are you hungry? Yes or no, they'll say yes, or will they always say no?
No, sometimes say yes, but it takes a while to get there.
Yeah, I got
right?
you,
Do you
yeah.
have to go potty? Yes or no? Instead of, do you have to go potty? Go potty. Well,
Yeah.
because that sounds like they have to go potty,
Yeah.
but they might
But
not.
they might not. They're just mimicking what you just said.
Because
That's
we
hard.
do have one that he will repeat everything that you say, and it's precious.
I
Like-
know.
Like one day he was waiting on his food, and we were like, "Are you a hungry boy?" And he goes, "Hungry boy."
Oh gosh,
and
I
it was
love
so
it.
cute.
I know. I love it. I love it. At church, we have some older boys, and they have my heart. And
I love it.
They
Hungry
do.
boy, and
They're-
he's the cutest little
yeah.
hungry boy.
or they'll go, "Ow."
Yeah.
Or something, and I'm just like, just those little words,
Oh,
that's
cute.
so special.
Yes.
The
I think
simplest little words.
As a mom of a child who doesn't talk, we would probably take that
Absolutely.
over, because just to be able to hear those little words, and maybe they use them in context every now and then, that's great.
Yeah, or just, are you okay? I'm okay. I love it. I love hearing
okay.
I'm okay. So cute. So we have
Where are we on time?
We have 1 more minute
Oh,
left.
1 more minute.
So
Okay.
I'm just gonna look
1 more
through here and
minute.
make sure no one asked any questions.
Well, guys, so just so you know, if we'll just go ahead and close up, but if you're on here, we've been doing live Q&As on Mondays. This is our 4th episode to be live, and then in a few days this will be uploaded to our YouTube
Eve.
channel as well. Hey.
Sorry.
Oh, yay! We've got somebody on Facebook.
Good
Well,
to
that's
see
good.
you, Eve.
And so,
We'll see you Saturday.
yeah.
Mighty Mom's Coffee Break. If you're
Yeah.
in Durant, Oklahoma, or near Durant, Oklahoma, we'll meet at Opera House Coffee at 10 o'clock, and we'll treat you with some coffee and breakfast, or
And if you're not in Durant, then have your own somewhere,
Yeah.
wherever you are.
invite your autism mom friends or care. And this is not just autism and extra needs, caregivers, moms.
If you want to start doing a Mighty Mom's coffee break where you are, we can send you merch. So like to set up on the table. So like
Yeah.
if we get to Opera House Coffee and we remember it, we will bring this little. It's one of those acrylic stands that has our flyer in it.
Yeah.
It's our picture of us. It's our Mighty Mom's poster basically, and we set it on the table. so that when moms walk in, they know where to
Yeah.
go. But nah, I don't think we've remembered that the last
We
couple times.
haven't.
But that's
reach
because
out
we're
to us
local
and we can make you your own Mighty Moms.
yeah, we'll send it to you if
we'll
you
be
want to
happy to
start
do
doing a
that.
Mighty Moms coffee break wherever you are. And I'm
Hey, Becky.
and I'm looking at our TikTok live because I think we might have some Mighty Moms that are kind of scattered all over the place.
Yeah, it'd be neat to host
And
one in your own
we
town.
would love it if you hosted a Mighty Moms coffee break.
It's just a time for moms to get together, even if it's just for an hour.
And we could probably even find a sponsor for you
Yeah.
to pay for the
Pay
coffees.
for the coffees.
For
So
that day.
You just have to start somewhere. We had one person at the beginning,
Yeah.
and every
I
once
don't
in a while we
remember
only
the
have
first one, but
one, but then we'll have 10. So
yeah.
it's just hit or miss.
I think we've always pretty much had, I would say our consistent number is 4 or 5.
Yeah.
There's been a few times where it was, I think I remember having 9 or 10
Yeah, we
once.
had a bunch.
And then,
We miss y'all ladies, by the way.
yeah. I think it was easiest for us when we switched to the first Saturday of every month.
Yeah, and
It's
it was
much easier.
It was a thing that was set in stone
Mm-hmm.
and scheduled out so people could make arrangements. And then you can bring your kids. Don't think you can't bring your kids. We understand.
Yeah.
And Opera House has been pretty accommodating
Flexible
and,
and accommodating.
understanding of our kiddos that we bring. So invite a mom and join us.
Yeah.
Or start your own.
I love the idea of people doing it wherever they are. And like
We
I
have,
said, we'll send you this
Autumn and
merch.
Autumn and Lindsay do it out of Tulsa. And
I don't know when their next one is.
I don't
I
either.
feel like it's not on Saturdays.
Yeah, I think they
though.
do it on a nighttime,
But they
an
have
evening
They have a group on Facebook called Mighty Moms
of Tulsa.
of Tulsa, or is it Mighty Moms Beyond the Coffee Break, or is it Mighty Moms?
I don't know,
Yeah,
but there
I
is
bet
if you're
just
in the
type Mighty
Tulsa,
Moms Tulsa, you'll see a group. And
Yeah.
it's Lindsay and Autumn, and we would love for that to be in other places, in other states, in
Yeah.
other parts of the world. Even.
yeah, absolutely.
So if you're interested in doing that, send us a message on TikTok or Facebook, or email us at
yeah, and we'll get
Mighty
the
Moms Podcast.
we'll market it for you for sure.
Mighty Moms Podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get it set up.
So, well, I think we're running out of time here, so we're going to go ahead and close out. And
Dee
we'll
Dee's got her lash appointment.
No,
No,
we're
not
gonna
today.
We're going to do some TikToks.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm
We
going to
literally have to schedule time to do our TikToks.
TikToks,
So
and then we're gonna go to. I got an appointment, and
Yeah.
Brina's gonna go to the gym.
I'm going to go to the gym.
So proud of you. I would go too if I didn't have my.
I know you would.
lashes.
It's usually the other way around. It's usually Dee Dee like, let's go to the gym. And I'm like,
Hey, I go every day at
no,
5:30.
That's great.
If you or I try to go every day. Not that I do, but I try.
At Redline.
Yeah, Redline Functional Fitness. Join me there.
Great. I'm so glad that I just announced where you work out so all of your stalkers can show up at your car whenever you get out of your gym class.
Yeah.
That was not smart.
Well, it's fine. There's security there,
That's true.
and I can pack
Yeah, that's right.
in Oklahoma.
That's right.
So, okay, well, good to see y'all.
All right,
We're going to
guys.
close out, and we'll see you next Monday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Bye.
Okay, Mighty Moms, we're signing off.
Connect with us on our Mighty Mom socials, submit your topic ideas, and share it all.
Follow us at Mighty Moms Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Also, visit our website at mightymomspodcast.com. And remember, together we are a worldwide cult of Mighty Moms.
Listen, my carpets used to be a struggle to keep clean. Between 2 boys and 2 fur babies, I was always cleaning up spills and stains. Then I found Ray at ChemDry. And basically, I've had him on speed dial ever since. So when you need your carpets, furniture, or even hardwood floors cleaned, call or even text ChemDry. Ray will get you all cleaned up. Founded, owned, and operated by nurses, Angels of Care Pediatric Home Health's clients are at the heart of everything they do. Proudly serving the medically fragile community since 2000, Angels of Care offers private duty nursing services, speech, physical, and occupational therapies and respite care across the nation. We are also happy to announce we have started offering services in Colorado. Please visit angelsofcare.com or call 855-45-ANGEL for more information. Get your halos on.
If you've been in an automobile accident or have vehicle damage, S&L Collision Center is the body shop to call for all your auto body repair needs. Larry Hallmark and family have been in business for many years. They are honest and do exceptional work. I have had all of my vehicles repaired by them and have always been satisfied with their work. So if you're in the need for auto body repair, call S&L Collision Center at 580-924-5958. Blackburn Plumbing and Air provides high-quality plumbing, heating, and air conditioning services in Durant, Oklahoma, and throughout the Texoma region. With a proven track record for getting exceptional results, they are ready to take on even the most challenging plumbing and HVAC issues.
Contact them at 580-775-1779 to schedule your appointment today.
Has your Texoma area kiddo recently been diagnosed with autism? You received an order for ABA therapy but have no idea what ABA therapy is or where to enroll your child to receive ABA therapy? Well, look no further than the Owen Academy. TOA was opened in early 2024 and is owned by a local autism mom who has previous business experience in opening varying categories of clinics in Texas and Oklahoma. But most importantly, she has real-world experience navigating life as an autism mom. The Owen Academy has gone above and beyond to create a beautiful and imaginative environment in their now 2 clinic locations in Durant, Oklahoma, to ensure that their therapy techniques are always child-led and play-based. The Owen Academy is proudly serving many families in Bryan, Atoka, Grayson, and Marshall counties with a goal to always expand when and where there is a need. In addition to their warm and inviting therapy clinics, the Owen Academy has gone the extra mile to ensure the qualifications, compassion, heart, and stamina of their board-certified behavioral analysts and registered behavior technicians. At TOA, we are a family. We would love for you to join us and help us continue to create awareness and compassion for individuals with autism in our community. If you're looking for a career in autism therapy or looking to enroll your child in our therapy services, email us today at info@theowenacademy.com or call 580-706-OWEN. That's 580-706-6936. The Owen Academy, where possibilities are limitless.
Bushwhackers Land Clearing and Brush Grinding Services provide cost-effective land clearing and brush grinding services in Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, and the surrounding areas. Their environmentally conscious approach keeps soil disturbance to a minimum and can clear without leaving brush piles to burn. They provide commercial land clearing, farm, ranch, pasture clearing, and ROW and pipeline clearing. For all your land clearing needs, call or text Jerry at 580-920-5039 to get your estimates today.
Ladies, let me tell you about my personal experience with Plumped Injectables and Beauty Bar in Durant. Yes, I get Botox like clockwork every 4 months. There's no shame in it for me. I love that I've been able to watch my forehead lines and crow's feet disappear over the last year, and I can't imagine now ever not getting Botox from Randy and her girls at Plumped. Their location here in Durant has such a serene and peaceful vibe. As soon as you walk in the door, you're greeted with a sweet hello and the scent of their very own signature diffuser oil. From Botox, lip flips, and microfacials to lash and eyebrow tinting, hydrating facials, body sculpting and waxing, and so much more, Plumped has all of your top-tier beauty essentials covered. Get your Plumped on by calling 580-634-2852 or emailing plumpedbeautybar@gmail.com. Visit plumpedbeauty.com to see their comprehensive list of services and see what the buzz is all about. If you're into building your own pizza, salad, or dessert with the most incredible toppings, look no further than the Corner Crust, a uniquely curated pizza cafe on the corner of 3rd and Main
in historic downtown Durant, Oklahoma. And if you're not in the mood to build your own pizza, they have all your traditional pizzas on the menu, plus some fun and flavorful options like pickle pizza and Mexican cowboy. Yeehaw! Follow the Corner Crust on Facebook for special events like live music by local featured artists, teen night, motorcycle night, or karaoke night. If we can say one thing about the Corner Crust, it's that they have options, and options make the world go around. Visit the Corner Crust Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., or book your special event by calling
580-380-4290.